Oh
Hey!
my God. I love the like turquoise matching.
Oh, thank you. I got my Backstreet Boys t-shirt on.
We got the same kind of like eye makeup. How?
I know, a little like teal moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to put on lip gloss. Oops.
Oh, go ahead. Go do it. Go do it.
Oops. Here we are. Hello, world.
Hello. Now, Malia, right?
Uh-huh.
I want to make sure I'm saying your
I
name
appreciate
correct.
that.
No, I
I've
want to
heard
make
so many different versions.
What? Tell me one.
I've heard Malia, and then my last name is Civetz, so I get like Civetz, Civetz, and people just, I've heard Chavez once, and I was like, lit. Okay. Cool.
That's where we're going? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
No, but I love this link up. I mean, we did not purposely do the turquoise thing. I felt this color today.
And I see the turquoise in the background too. Let's go. A whole jam.
A jam.
Amazing.
So, Malia, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, can I just say you have a very beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I absolutely love your music. And how I got put onto you is after I did an interview with Jojo, the record label is like, hey, we got this, we think she would be great to do an interview with. And I'm like, you're right. Thank you for introducing.
Thank you. And I opened for Jojo on her US tour in 2018.
Oh, right. That's what I saw. How was that?
Can sing.
No, so can you. So you belong there.
Thank you. No, it was really special to like learn from her and like watch her set every night and every show that we were in, because she's just like such a powerhouse vocalist and like so incredible.
What did you learn from her? What was the biggest takeaway that you learned working with her?
I learned like she's very effortless on stage, and she really like connects with the audience, and she really connects with her fans. And I think like an artist's fan base is kind of like a projection of the artist as a person. And all of her fans were super kind and super caring and very welcoming to me, which was really special because like it was my first tour ever, and like sometimes nobody shows up for the opener, and at like every single show that we had there was like at least 80% capacity for me, the opener, which is crazy. Like those numbers were so insane. And so I think like she just, because she's a kind person, she really has such a like kind fan base, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah, no, I think that that's beautiful as well. And speaking to her, she seemed very like, women empowerment, definitely the type of person that you want to have your back. One of the things, you mentioned with being on tour and having such a big fan base, have you ever like performed with such a big crowd like that before? Or was that kind of like new for you? Or
well, as far as performing my own music to a crowd that size, I think that was, I've done a couple things here and there, but when I was coming up, I started singing the national anthem for sporting events when I was like 10. And so Dodgers win last night. I have to hype LA. And so I like singing for them. Gosh, I think I started when I was 13. So I would sing the national anthem at Dodger games. And so I was like kind of used to that sort of big, massive arena, but like I haven't done my own stuff in that kind of space. So that's what I'm working towards.
Okay. Well, I believe that you can. I checked you out on YouTube. Everybody loves your music, love your voice. And hopefully we get to hear a little bit of it while we're live. But I want to go back into like how you initially got started into singing. So of course you started very young. But the thing that kind of like, blew me is I read that you caught the eye of Ross, if I'm saying this right, Golan. So he, I guess, has worked with Selena Gomez and Ariana Grande and Pink. So take me back to that moment. Were you performing at like a showcase, or did you know that he was there?
So it's kind of crazy. Right around the time that I met him was right before Dangerous Woman came out by Ariana Grande, and he wrote that song. Okay. And so we actually met because I was in an a cappella group in college called the SoCal Vocals, and he was in that a cappella group 15 years before me. And so we were having our 20th anniversary celebration, and that's where I met him. And each generation of the group sang. And so he heard me sing. I will admit it was after a couple drinks. So I was very loose. And so he heard me sing, asked me to send him my music. And then later on that year, the same a cappella group performed at the BMI Pop Awards. And so it's the award ceremony for you guys listening for like all of the songwriters.
Okay.
And so he saw me perform there, and his publisher from Warner Chappell was there. And so that's kind of how everything got started, because he heard me sing there and his publisher heard me sing and was like, I would like to invest in your future. And I was like, great, I'm a senior in college and I don't know what I'm doing, help.
But that's so, because, okay, within like the entertainment industry, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you have a lot of people that like say they're going to do something and they really don't. So the fact that he followed through, I'm pretty sure that kind of like cultivated you guys' relationship.
Absolutely. And like, even so, like, even though I've had him on my team, like as we've been building my team, I've had people say things to me and not follow through. And so I definitely know that life. But I feel really lucky to have the team that I do. And we carefully kind of picked and choose as far as like management and all of the other people who end up on my team. And now the fact that I'm at Warner, like I love my team at Warner so much. It's like a badass, diverse group of women. And so it just makes my heart so happy.
Yeah, I know. I've been working with them and they're like amazing to work with. So
yeah,
I'm glad you found like a music home, because it's hard out there, you know?
It is. It really is.
So talk to me about the EP that you put out on the 16th called The Flip.
Yes. So this has been a really long time coming. Some of the songs on the EP are like 2 years old, just about. So we've just been trying to find like what we want people to hear first, because I've been writing songs for so long, literally just constantly. I probably have like 200-ish songs that I've written in the past like 3 years. And so I have so many different sides to me, so it's kind of hard to figure out what we want people to see first, to give like the baseline, like this is me. And so I feel like this EP does a really good job of showing different sides of me, but kind of giving like, this is Malia as a whole, here you go.
Okay.
So I'm really proud of everything that is on that EP, and each song has a really special place in my heart. It's so, when people ask me what my favorite is, I'm just like, they're all my babies, so I don't really know. But yeah, and the concept of The Flip came from the process that I use when I'm writing. So if I'm going through something, I try to find a different perspective, and for me that helps with whatever the problem is, and then it also makes for a more interesting take on the song. So it's like with Broke Boy, you would assume that it would be a negative song, but it's actually a positive anthem for the broke boys. And like the high, you're like, ooh, the high sounds fun, and I'm like, nope, just kidding.
I'm taking away that fun.
Yep, I'm like, the come down isn't worth the highs.
The one that got me, I have to admit, was Heartbroke.
Yeah.
So I was listening to it and I thought, why would she want a guy that's gonna break her heart? You know, it wasn't until my boyfriend schooled me. He was like, well, if you really think about it, if he's not really breaking your heart, that means he didn't mean anything to you. And I'm like, okay, I like that.
That's it. And I've had so many people be like, I just got my heart broken, why would you want this, blah 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 blah. And I was like, I mean, that's bad, and I'm really sorry that you're hurting, but the premise of it was exactly that. Like, you know, if you're not gonna mean anything to me, like if my heart isn't gonna be broken at the end, then maybe it's not worth it, you know?
Right. Yeah. So I was like, okay, you know, I can deal with that, you know.
Yeah.
But I was a little nervous because I was like, I'm stable with it.
Just
My
like,
heart's stable right now.
yeah, and like obviously we want to keep it that way, but I
Yeah.
want you to be like so important to me that if you were to be out of my life, my heart would be broken.
Right. So I got it, and I loved it. I mean, not to say I didn't love it before, but I was just like,
just like,
it's putting me in a weird space, you know.
yeah, true.
No, I got
and it was
that.
like, oh, all good.
Yeah, no. So I wanted to know, like, looking at your music career, because you're still kind of like climbing, yeah? Would you say?
Yeah, we the beginning still.
Okay, but through all of it, you've had a lot of major accomplishments. I mean, you know. So what is the one that you remember thus far? Because I sometimes think that through the journey, we are looking so far ahead, we don't look back at our accomplishments. So
yeah, I think, oh, that's really hard, and sometimes I forget a lot of the stuff that I did because I started so young, but I think there was really something special. I got to sing the national anthem for one of President Obama's speeches in Nevada, and that was absolutely surreal for me. And I was 16, so it's like I couldn't even vote back then. And I got to meet him afterwards. And
you got to meet Obama?
Yes. Yeah.
How did that go?
It went, also don't kill me, it happened twice, which was kind of crazy. So the first time was when I sang the national anthem before one of his speeches, and then afterwards we all got to meet him. My parents were with me, and I was the last person like in the line of people to meet him. And so I was like, oh, hi, my name's Malia. And he was like, hey, I have one of those. And I was like, you do, you're so charming and funny. And so my dad, I think it was a Friday, and my parents lived in Hawaii for a long time, so my dad was wearing an aloha shirt, naturally. And so the president was like, oh, I like your aloha shirt. And then he and my dad just started chatting because President Obama went to the same high school that my dad's best friend did. And so they're just chatting like they're old friends, and I'm standing there like, this is the president and my dad. What's going on?
Right.
And then again, my senior year in college, the a cappella group that I was in got asked to sing at the White House and we got to meet the president and the first lady, and the way that they glow, like, you know, President Obama and Michelle Obama walking into a room, it's like they glide on air, and it's just stunning to watch, like, how strong and poised and confident and charming they are. Like, I have nothing but incredible things to say about the both of them.
Oh, that's so amazing. Now that's one you cannot forget.
Yeah, no, definitely can't forget those.
Not forget that. Now, going back to the song Heartbroke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still looking to get your heart broke, or are you good?
100%. Yeah, I'm looking for somebody who's worthy.
Okay.
We haven't found one yet.
It might take a while.
Sorry, y'all. No,
so are a lot of your songs past relationships, or just thinking what you want in a relationship?
It's a little bit of both, and I think with certain songs like The High on the EP, it's a combination of like a couple different people, and so just like experiences that I had. There's actually a lyric in the second verse that was an actual conversation that I had with somebody, so I really hope he doesn't remember that, because it was just like, since the song is a combination of like a couple different dudes, the one whose convo made it into it was like not even that important.
Yeah. Sometimes
but
it's
it was
just
a really lit line in a song, so I was like, oh, I'm taking that.
One thing I like about you, and it just shines through not only your music but just like your energy, you know, what you present, is your positive outlook on certain things. So one of them definitely is self-positive, you know, sex positive, body positive, all positive.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems is what captivates you to an audience and followers and things of that nature. Of course I know why those messages are important, but what was your own, you know, reasoning behind making sure like you loving yourself, you know?
Yeah. I think it's just how I've always been, and I kind of credit it to living in Hawaii as a kid. And so there's just like a general air of peace and positivity and love for yourself and for your neighbors. And I think more than anything, like being kind to people is the most important thing you can be. And the world, especially right now, is a hot mess. It's a
Yes.
literal dumpster fire. And so
Yes.
if I can like bring any sort of positivity and light to people so that like they can escape within my music, and then when they come back to reality they might be a little bit stronger, like that's all I want to do.
So in thinking about, like, I know you know had 200 songs to kind of choose from for the EP, but what was the overall message that you wanted your fans to take away? I know positivity is one of them, but anything else?
I think it was kind of like a place. I wanted to create a place for them to escape to, but also to get to know me a little bit better. Since I've only released singles, I wanted to like give them this body of work, because I think each song feels different when you listen to it in order. And I've had some of my friends tell me that they're like, oh, this song feels different after you listen to the one that came before it. And so just kind of like going on a little bit of the like self-positive, sex-positive journey that is life, because I think it's important to have aspects of positivity in everything that you do, and also to not take yourself too seriously. There's some silly moments in this EP, and I just like, I'm kind of a silly person. I love doing like silly accents and things like that, and like making characters with my friends. So it just makes life so much more fun. And so I'm trying to make life a little more fun for everybody.
Yeah, no, I love that. So I have a couple questions to ask you.
Okay.
This it's a segment that I'm doing now. It's presented by Like You Cards. They are a Black-owned game that, you know, it creates fun, affordable space for people to like practice vulnerability and transparency. And you know, and it gets kind of personal, but it's entertaining and thought-provoking. Yep. So it's supposed to help kind of too with like mental health. So again, this segment is brought to you by Like You Cards. The first question from the game is, what is your deepest fear connected to relationship?
Woo! Okay.
I told you it's gonna get deep.
Wow. That's a tough one. There's a couple different things that are coming to mind, but I think, I mean, everybody always has that fear of being alone, you know, of like not finding your person.
Right.
I don't think there's just one person out there for everybody. I think there's like multiple different types of people that you can be with that can help you grow and become a better person. But I think, I mean, not finding love, and that's sort of what Heartbroke was about, was just going, everybody's talking about this love thing, and also love thing, LOL. But everybody's talking about it, but the way they're talking about it, I don't know if I felt it like that. And so just trying to figure out, you know, okay, is it going to happen? And did I miss it? You know, I think that's one of the things, is that I've worked so hard my entire life on my career, being like, oh, did I miss it? But also music is my first love. So I know that I haven't really missed out on anything, because I'm doing what I absolutely love to do.
One thing I learned is that, like, when you just stop looking for it and let the universe do its do, all of a sudden you wake up and you like, I got a boyfriend. Like,
you're like, how did this happen?
Right. So sometimes you just gotta let the universe do its do, you know, and not put too much thought and energy into it. But I'm the same. Like, I am in love with my career, so sometimes it gets in the way.
It does, but I'm happy at the end of the day, so it's all good. And I have really great friends, so I'm like, I'd rather put the time and energy into friendships that I'll have for the rest of my life.
For sure, I get that. So here's the last question from the game.
Okay.
Have you ever been caught in a love triangle? Uh-oh. It froze.
My Instagram time limit came up because I've been trying to, like, watch my social media intake.
Oh God. But the question was, have you ever been caught in a love triangle?
Oh. I don't think I've had the pleasure of being caught in a love triangle. I mean, I've had one of those, like, I felt like my entire life growing up, there was always like somebody who really liked me, and I was like, nah, but because I was really into somebody else. So,
Right.
but it was never triangular shaped. It was pretty linear. Like, you ain't for me, I'm going over here. But then that
Right.
person is like, I don't care, and I'm like, now I'm sad.
Right, for sure. No, but I mean, I think I have. I don't know. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
before you go, I'd love to get some questions from some of your fans. This one is from, I don't know how to say your name, but it is, what is your favorite lyric line of the flip?
Okay, so easy pick. It is in the second verse of Unapologetic, and I really think that song has like such a special place. If I pick a favorite, it's gonna be that one, and so it's my favorite because it feels the most like me. And I say, I'm dancing naked in the kitchen, and you can feel free to join me. I don't need no liquid for courage, but I also wouldn't mind a drink.
Okay. Let's get a little drunk.
So I was like, yeah, we can get naked and party. I don't need any alcohol to like be confident to do that, but I also would like a cocktail.
Right.
So
I love a little drinking drink.
Right?
Here's another one from the Curly Thomas.
Oh, hey, boo. How long did it take to produce? Woo! I mean, if you count the 2 years that I was writing stuff, but I think we really started to nail down what we wanted on the EP right after Broke Boy came out. Mm-hmm. So we were working, or maybe after Heartbroke came out. So starting in like May, I guess, is when we really like nailed down some of the songs, because it's like we already had Broke Boy produced, we already and Love Thing was coming out, so like those were all working. But I think it was the song 25 that was like the very last one to get in, because we put some real strings on it, which made my heart so happy. Shout out to Peter Lee Johnson, he's amazing.
So Jonah's dad, which I'm just seeing that popped up, and we'll make this the last question from fans. He wants to know, what is your favorite song you did?
I think because of that lyric, I have to go with Unapologetic, but there's so many different reasons that I love all of the other ones, so it's really hard to pick, but it's a tie in between Unapologetic and Broke Boy, I think.
Okay. So this is my last thing to ask you before you go. Mm-hmm. I would love for you to do something a cappella. You could pick any one of your songs to do a cappella, but if you can get them vocal cords.
Let's make sure she works.
And blow it away for Music Monday, please.
Totally. Okay, so since we were talking about Unapologetic, I'll go for that one.
Okay.
I'm just living life for the moment. I ain't thinking twice when I say all of my mistakes, I just own them. And every part of me I celebrate. No, I never waited for no one. I'm running for they open the gate. They be thinking I wanna slow up, but no way. You think I'm too much, so I'm unapologetic. I get it how I want, unapologetic. I won't back down for none. Doesn't matter what they see. Don't you know it's cool to be unapologetic? So unapologetic.
Hey! All right.
That's my little babe.
Go, Malia.
Thanks.
So before we go, just let people know who have not heard your music. I went ahead and got on Apple Music, so it's easy there to find. But the new EP, like we discussed earlier, Kate, dropped on the 16th, The Flip. So if they don't know, let's just give them a refresher where they can catch you, where they can hear more of your music.
Yeah. I am at Malia from Vegas on all social media. And then if you're looking for my music, I mean, there's links all over every social. But then if you're looking for me on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, Apple Music, whatever your streaming of choice is, I'm just my first and last name, Malia Civetz. Malia, like Maria with an L instead of the R, and Civetz is Civetz. I'm like, I have no sort of quip for that one.
Yeah, no, I know. I always say Nikia, like Nikia.
Yeah. I'm like, Civetz, it was my family's name. They came through Ellis Island a couple generations ago. Some letters were moved around, and there it is.
There it is. There it is. And here she is, Malia Civetz. She is a Warner Records recording artist. Very beautiful voice. Opened up for Jojo. She's getting it in, guys. So please support her music for Music Monday. Thank you, Malia, so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and let's go with this teal jam.
And let's make sure we stay in contact, because I'm serious. I'm really thinking about moving to Vegas. So,
okay.
Yeah,
I know the spots.
Yeah, and I need someone that knows the spots.
Okay, I got you. Just hit me up.
All right. Good luck with everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.